Welcome to another episode of Chris McBride Reacts. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Before we go ahead and get started, smash that like button, smash that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I drop another banger on the channel. Also, I got a goal of reaching over 1,000 subscribers immediately. So if y'all can help me reach my goal, I would greatly appreciate it by going ahead and hitting that subscribe button. I'll give you 1 second to do so. I appreciate y'all helping the brother out. In the words of the Po Man podcast, if you ever watch this, definitely hit me up, bro. I would love to have you on my show. But in the meantime, let's get right to it. Got some dope content today. Let's hear what Charleston White has to say about Alpo coming home and passing. Let's see.
Now a lot has changed since we last spoke. A lot of shit has went down. Alpo Martinez was murdered in Harlem 4 days ago.
Yeah. Oh.
You're known for going, at New York for the, your little things about New York that you don't like. I know you're a Southern guy. When you seen that news, what was one of your first, reactions?
I gave it no thought. You notice you don't see nowhere of me speaking on it, nowhere on the internet. I don't like following trending topics. This what I know. He once was responsible for killing 12 people, wasn't he?
Like 14.
14. And he come home to brag about it. He came home and just done a recent video and talked about how he killed Mitch and how he used a kid who was so small who could stand up in a van and kill Mitch. What was the come of that? He didn't come home and try to prevent other people from becoming who he had became.
Hey, if Charleston makes a valuable point with this is that, Alpo, first off, back in the day, they charged him with like 13 or 14 murders or something like that. That's just what they could pin on him or what he actually admitted to, but it's believed that it was actually more than that. Then killing friends, and really the reputation of Alpo was really a hardcore drug dealer out here in Harlem, and he would really just kill anybody that he owed money to. So not that owed him money, he would go into debt with people, maybe owe him drug money or whatever it is, and instead of just paying them back, he would just kill them. And that was more so his reputation. And he did it with his closest friend, or one of his closest friends, which was Rich Porter. Rich Porter was responsible for him actually getting owed to the same degree, because Alpo met Rich Porter in jail. And when Rich got out, or not even before Rich got out, he had got plugged with Rico, because Rich and Rico had met in jail. So when he got out, Rich was like, yo, go see my man AZ. And so that's how they actually came about. So he came up through Rich and then ended up killing Rich. And then, making it popular, making it known, but like just saying it, making it seem like it ain't really no big deal. And it's just like, and to his point, you came home from prison and you're not out here trying to be like how other prisoners are, like a wallow, like, yo, don't do what I did. That wasn't his motto. That wasn't what he was out here doing. He was more so just like, shoot, like, I'm still that street dude. I'm still that dude. Like, this is the 80s or something, because I believe he got busted at the end of the 80s, maybe 90, but I think a little bit before where he got brought in. So again, to live that street life and then do all the years in prison and then to come home acting like that the streets is still yours and that you still condone this street life, and then, but again, you talking to a dude that did 14 murders. Is that really going to get out of your heart? I don't know. I like the point that he made where he's just like, what did you expect to come from this? You didn't come and, out of prison and try to, tell people don't become what I became. You are more so encouraging it, still living that life. So let's keep building and see what he's saying.
So, you live by it, you die by it.
Yeah, he actually went to the location where he dropped off Mitch.
You live by it, you die by it.
Did that make you look at?
That's crazy that Rico went back to the spot where he said he dropped off Rich's body. Rich Porter's body. He called him Mitch, but that's from the movie Paid in Full, but it's really about Rich Porter, money making rich. And it's like, Again, that's almost like some 6ix9ine stuff where you trolling. Now, if y'all don't know, Rich Porter was a guy that was very beloved in Harlem, extremely beloved in Harlem. So people haven't still gotten over that, even though that happened in the 80s. Happened over like 30 years ago, but yet still people still haven't gotten over that. So to taunt that and to still, it's like he said, what do you feel was to come? What do you feel was to come to that?
You work differently?
Nah, it assures me that there's a God. It assures me that that wrong never prevails, because it looked like he prevailing. He killed people, homie. Not only fuck the drugs, he killed people, and he talked about it with no remorse. He came.
He's making some valid points. Like, saying like it did look like wrong was prevailing. This guy could kill, murder all these people, and it did look like that he was prevailing, because you know what I'm saying, he's glorified in the movies, and you know what I'm saying, then again you come home and he's still talking this shit and going back to riches. It did look like that evil was prevailing, like that it did matter how much wrong he had done, that the karma wasn't coming back around to him. So valid point.
And had no actions of redemptions to redeem what he had done, homie. He still got victims out there. He still got, you see what I'm saying? So, no, man, that lets me know, man, wrong never prevails. So it has nothing to do with New York. At the end of the day, my nigga, all this shit is about right or wrong, good or evil.
When you see before his death, you know, I was tapped in on YouTube and I seen Whack 100. You know, they were talking about 6ix9ine and they were talking about Alpo Martinez, and a lot of people, they kind of were on. They didn't really say any bad things about him because they said he stood on. Yeah, he was a rat, but he stood on what he was about.
Well, that's why I say fuck the streets and all that snitching shit, because they make exceptions, even in our communities. They make exceptions to the niggas who can fight, and they make exceptions to the niggas who will kill you.
Sheesh. Facts. Because snitching was a bad thing, but then around that time where Alpo, he was one of the main people that changed that narrative, where people was kind of scared to talk about certain people snitching, because the snitches would just turn into the niggas that'll kill you, the people that'll kill you. A dude snitch on somebody and you let people know he a snitch and he'll kill you. And so after a while, people just got nervous to stop to talk about the snitches. People like, yo, and that's what the culture dang near shifted to. But back in the 80s and then all that stuff like that, early 90s, you couldn't really, but the culture has shifted, because now, shoot, again, like he said, let's keep going. Let's let him explain.
It's some real niggas that they think real niggas who snitch, but they become these real niggas because in our culture, if you kill somebody, you become idolized. You become idolized, right? So how can they make a butt to Alpo? You see, how can this guy walk a, man, listen, I've never snitched on nobody. You think Alpo got as many threats as me? Have you seen nobody shame Alpo, homie?
Nobody.
I ain't never done that. I ain't never done none of that, homie. I ain't never killed no black people. I ain't never killed, you see what I'm saying? So, but because we glorify the negative attributes of gangsterism, we don't glorify the part.
I don't want to skip over that point that he just made, because he's a polarizing character if you don't know who Charleston White is. And so he does get a lot of threats just based on what he says, like just, you know what I'm saying, commenting on certain things. So the fact that he gets a lot of threats, and like he said, the person that killed 14 people, that snitched, that did all these, broke all the rules, he doesn't get those threats because people are scared of him. People are scared of the outcome. He brings definitely some valuable insight, man.
In Godfather, when they make the guy go home to his wife, or which one was that?
Hold on, let's write that back.
The negative attributes of gangsterism. We don't glorify the part in Godfather when they make the guy go home to his wife, or which one was that? Whichever one, make the guy go home to his wife because he was hanging out too much.
Was that you talking about Ace?
Whichever one, but
okay.
No, he's talking about in the gangster films that have been presented to us. When you see certain scenes or certain characteristics of, hey, go take care of your family. Yo, like in The Godfather, it'll be a man who can't take care of his family can't be rich. A man who doesn't take care of his family can't be rich. Like, those type of things weren't really pushed to the forefront. It was make him an offer he can't refuse. Like, those type of things that was glorified, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to what he's saying, which is the honorable characteristics. You had to actually extract that from the movie, but the movie wasn't going to push that to the forefront. That wasn't the main message that they were trying to convey. So I agree wholeheartedly that we don't glorify the good things in our community. We don't glorify the honorable traits, the family traits, the honorable tendencies, the honorable personality traits and character traits. We don't portray that. We don't show that. We don't highlight that, rather. Like, it's a subtle thing if it's there. It can't be bold and just outright and just loud as heck. It can't be that. It's not that. So I agree wholeheartedly. We got to do a better job of showing the things that we want our community to reflect, as opposed to just glorifying all the things that we don't want our community to reflect. Hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense in my mind.
See, it was rules. We don't glorify the part where, hey man, say stop doing this as a woman walking down the street. We didn't take those attributes of gangsterism. We took all the negative and we embody all the negative. So Alpo get an exception. Jim Jones get an exception. T.I. get an exception. Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, all these people get exceptions, right? R. Kelly, they get exceptions. Tupac, Mike Tyson, everybody get exceptions. But the normal average Joe has to be held to the standards where he has to throw his life away just to prove to the brother next door that he's just as real as the celebrities they admire.
He just said a lot in the last like 60 seconds. That was a lot. But what he said about how we have taken the negative parts of gangsterism, as he's called it, and we kind of ignored or just left alone the positive attributes or the positive values from the gangsterism back in the day, the honor, the code, the, you know what I'm saying, protecting the women and children, the standing on, this is what you decided to do, all right, don't tell on people to get out, no, accept what comes with this. Just all the codes, the loyalty, the taking care of the community, the, you know what I'm saying, the not really own the violence unless it's extremely necessary, being able to work things out and have dialogue and work together and partner with different people that's going. We didn't take those qualities. We didn't take that aspect. We just took the macho, vibrato, and all this other stuff like that. That's all we really took from it. We didn't take the wisdom. We didn't take the usefulness. As Bruce Lee would say, you want to take what's useful and leave out what's useless. But we did the reverse. We took what's useless and then left out what's useful. We got to do it. We got to get it back.
Idolize. So this is what we have now. We have a generation of young people who are idol worshipers. They're idol worshipers. And they was birthed from us, right? My generation is the first generation after the civil rights movement who began worshiping idols. We start putting them on our walls, word up posters. We start getting 24 hours, 24/7 rotation of entertainers' music through Yo MTV Raps, BET, MTV, Video Soul, VH1. So now it's almost like we know these people and we don't know a shit about these motherfuckers. Right. So when a guy like Alpo comes home, Alpo embodies the lyrics of what the rapper paints. We was already desensitized to accepting Alpo when they gave us the movie Paid in Full. Cameron played such an excellent part. He make you love Alpo. But then you got some people over on Rich Porter's side that watch Alpo come home and think he's still king of Harlem. when Rich really was king. So you talking about right and wrong, good and evil, homie. And evil has never won. Wrong has never prevailed. Go ahead.
Sheesh. Hey, Charleston White is definitely an interesting character. If you haven't, definitely check him out. His YouTube channel got took down because, like I said, he's very controversial on a lot of different topics, but he's very informed, and what he does in real life outside of YouTube is extremely useful and impactful. So definitely check him out and support him. Again, you don't gotta agree with everything, but nonetheless, the work that he's doing is definitely needed and it's impactful. Plus, if you just check him out like on Vlad interviews and Say Cheese interviews and all these other people, like just his interviews are very insightful and thought-provoking. It's very interesting. Now, again, he's out there, but he was explaining it in one of them that don't confuse the character, you know what I'm saying, with the actual person. And that's what the last thing he was saying, where we get fantasized about these characters that they create that we don't really tune into who's the actual person. We get so fantasized with Jay-Z, we don't think that Jay-Z is actually Sean Carter. Who is Sean Carter? But y'all keep blessing, y'all keep progressing. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what your takeaways are, what your thoughts are. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Help support the channel. And in the meantime, y'all keep blessing, y'all keep progressing. We out.